So a couple of weeks ago, I did actually do a video on my lighting setup, and if you've seen that video, you might have noticed that some of the setups are, I want to say a little MacGyver-esque, just because they're just very thrown together. And I mean, they work. I mean, on this side, what's good is I'm using a ring light, so that's meant for photography. So I'm all right with this one, and it looks all right. You know, I've got good color on this side. However, on this side, it's not as efficient. It's kind of, sometimes it falls apart. It's kind of difficult to, you know, to set up. It's a bit wobbly and all that kind of stuff. So it's not the best. So I just thought to myself, why am I stressing myself out all the time when I make these videos, or when I'm setting up for the videos? Why don't I just get something that's a bit more efficient, a bit easier to set up, all that kind of stuff, and obviously it gives me all the lighting needs that I want and need. So I've got all set up here, got all the pieces. This is actually one of them, and as you can see, it looks pretty nice, you know, just from a little glimpse. Only good build quality. But anyway, I'm going to show you through all this stuff, but I'm also going to show you are some of the extra bits that I got. You know, some things that I thought, you know, I'm already spending a decent amount of money on these lights. Why don't you get some extra pieces that, you know, just make the job of using them a bit more efficient. But anyway, we'll get into that after the intro. Let's go. So, like I said before the intro, I was looking to get some lights. Now obviously I've got some because I just showed you one of them. However, before I got them, there were some, I want to say, requirements that I wanted and needed before, you know, actually purchasing them. Because obviously I got to think about how feasible it will be to obviously not just buy them, but use them in the field, in the home, wherever, just wherever I need to use the lights. I need to think, how reliable will they be? How efficient can I be while using them? So my main things before buying the lights was I need to be lightweight, because obviously moving about from shoot to shoot, I don't have like a massive rucksack of just wires and lights and all that kind of stuff. So main thing is, or one of the main things was lightweight. Other one, I do obviously need it to be quite a powerful light that give me a good range from, you know, being able to be quite dim to quite bright, and you obviously can maybe just light up a room, because obviously again, you don't know where you are or where you'll be shooting sometimes. So again, you just want to make sure you have the range of, maybe I just need a bit of light over here, or maybe I need to light up this whole wall, this whole room or something. So it's one of the things you got to know, just the scale of what you want lighting wise. So that's another thing, just what I can do really. I guess I could just say it like that. I wanted to find a light that would give me a good range of, you know, brightness and all that kind of stuff, and even a bit of color contrast. So obviously, as you can see right now, I've got the warm on this side. Not really cold, it's kind of cold. It's more just a neutral on this side. But again, I want that in my new lights, because obviously, again, you might be somewhere where you've already got some quite warm lighting going on. You might have to neutralize it by just cutting it down a little bit, or even it could be the opposite, where you're in like, you know, a very dark area, or even not dark, just a very cold lit area, if that makes sense. Something with this kind of lighting, you can see on this side, very cold, that kind of color. I need to warm up a bit. Who knows? I don't know what your shoe is, but maybe you need to warm it up. Again, these lights do that, which I'm pretty proud of. And another thing, which kind of slightly dips into the added extras that I've got for this light, again, is kind of one thing I was looking for when I was trying to find lights, would be just how portable they can be. And I mean, I guess you could almost mistake that for me saying obviously I want lightweight, but it's not just that. I mean portable in the fact that yes, I want it to be wired, but also kind of have a battery attached to it. Because now think about it, one good example for actually how efficient and how useful these lights were was actually, I had a shoot on. It was like a pre-wedding shoot. I think it was about less than a month ago, and there was a little section where we had to go outside for a bit of shooting because the family was coming into the house, and obviously outside you don't really have plugs, do you? So we were just there, show you, look, you know, up here with the light, and obviously it needed power, and obviously the wire didn't really reach from here all the way inside. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, get an extension wire, but I mean, that's health and safety. It's all got wires everywhere. You don't want to do that. So a little hint for the rest of the video, there will be batteries included, which is what we had for these. And you know what, again, it was pretty good, it was pretty nice, and it really did save us in that moment of that shoot. And again, that was just one shoot, so maybe in the future when other shoots come up, we might need to shoot somewhere again where maybe there are no plugs. You could be outside, you could be in a field or something. So again, you got to think about where you'll be shooting, what you shoot, and if what you're looking for in lighting can give you that. I feel like I'm being quite ominous about everything with all this, so you know what, I might just go in and show you the lighting and everything comes with it. Let's go. So the lighting I got is the Neewer, not Neewer as in new as in brand new, as in the brand is called Neewer, the Neewer bi-color LED lighting kit. And you know what, I'm pretty proud of it. It's pretty nice. I say proud of it like I made it. It's not that, it's just I'm proud that I chose these because you know what, they're pretty nice. And again, look at that, I can do this with it. Pretty lightweight, and it's very sturdy. It's very nice. I like this a lot. And you know what, it's very also, I mean, it's a good sized panel for what I paid for it. I think I get 2 of these for this kit that I got and everything that came with it. I'm pretty sure it was just under £200. I think it was 180 pound. I'm pretty sure it was around that area. And you know what, I think I got a pretty good deal. Not too bad. And you know what, I might as well show you some of the things you get in the kit. This isn't the additional stuff I was talking about. This is stuff that you should already get in the kit because obviously you need this stuff. First thing is obviously your wire, and obviously you know it's a good length. Ideally I would have liked it to be a little bit longer, just so when I do have this light set up somewhere, I can just take it a little bit farther than the plug or something, even the wall. It's not the longest of wires that I would have liked, but I mean, it does the job. It's all right. I'm not going to complain about it. Next, you get a 2-meter stand, and you know, it's all right. It's not that bad. It's lightweight and it's kind of sturdy. However, when I say lightweight, it's both a positive and a negative, just because, yeah, it was good to use, and it's good to maneuver about and stuff when you are on your shoot. However, when you do have a heavy light like this, I say heavy, it's not that heavy, but compared to this, you don't want something this expensive on something that you feel could be knocked around a bit and possibly, I don't want to say collapse on itself, but because I mean, this is the thing, like once you've got it to a decent length like this, tighten up, it's pretty sturdy, you won't really push it in. However, I just feel like depending where you are, like a wedding shoot, if you've got kids running about, you just have one of them to knock on this, obviously this will be up high, you have a big heavy thing on top, knock this, and that's just dangerous. So thankfully that hasn't happened, and hopefully it never happens, but in my head I'm just thinking I would have liked the stand to be a little bit heavier. But again, for what I'm paying for it, I won't blame them for, you know, not being the heaviest of stands. We've also got a U bracket, which, to be honest, now I think back to it, was one of the reasons I picked this specific kit and package, because I did find a slightly cheaper package or kit with this light. However, it didn't come with a U bracket. And the thing is, the good thing about U bracket is once this is attached like this, it really does give you a nice range of motion. Also in the bottom, when that's attached to your stand, that thing, that can give you 360 degrees. And personally, I prefer a U bracket more, just because you know, it's nice and sturdy, it's good. So I paid a little bit extra just for the U bracket, but I do think it was worth the investment of what it was. And I kind of glossed over it a little bit, but it comes with these barn door metal flaps, which you might think is really a good thing. Well, you might not be thinking that, you might be thinking that's pretty cool. But anyway, these are pretty nice, they're pretty useful again, because on the day of our previous shoot, there were times where we didn't want light to get certain areas of the room. And you know what, actually, I'll show you an example of how you can use these barn doors. So what I'm just going to plug it in, turn it on, and you can see we've got the light going on already. Now what we're going to do is get a subject. Right, so let's say that's your subject there, and let's just say you want to focus your lighting mainly on them, because let's say there's a bunch of stuff happening around them and you don't want any of that. Obviously you can do that through editing, but also on the day, in the moment, you can, instead of having all the light hit everywhere, you can just slightly close up the barn doors, slightly cover it. Do you know what I mean? See that? You can slightly, obviously you're getting a bit of lines there, but obviously you fix that by moving them around a bit like that, something like that. I'm probably not giving you the best example, but you know what I mean. You can use these doors to just maneuver your light a bit, control it a bit, and obviously, like I said, maybe don't want it to get in certain areas of the room, the house, the shoot, wherever it is. these barn doors let you do that. So you know, they're pretty cool, pretty nice. Now the next cool thing about this light is it's got an LCD display, which are very useful, and it's got two little tiny bits, which again you can control the different color temperature. Can you see? Look, it's going from like a cold blue to your warmer color. Pretty nice. Also, you got that light switch, that dimmer, which again you can see controls there. So I can literally go from full brightness 100 to as low as I want to 10, and also with the color I can go from a pretty high 600 to 200. I found it pretty useful to use that, just because again you can't always control the color temperature of, let's say, I don't know, someone else's house, because obviously they've got their own bulbs and you're not going to go there, switch out all the bulbs. No need for it, because you've got this to control that for you, so you can have a nice neutral colored picture, which is good. It's nice. Also, you may have noticed there is the number 2 there, and you might be thinking, what's that about? You know what, I might as well go on to now. The extra bits that I got for this kit, like I was saying before, this next stuff I'm about to mention does actually come with the basic level kit, you know, the stuff that I've already just mentioned. But this is stuff that, depending what you use it for, can be very useful, or maybe you might not need it. So it's one of the things, if you're going to buy one of these, just really think if you're going to use this stuff or not. But let's go on to it. So that number 2 is the channel number, and you might be thinking, what do you mean channel? Well, you get a remote with this, which is pretty cool, because what happens is you turn it on and it says there channel 2, and look at this. Ready? I'm literally controlling the light with this remote, and obviously I can turn down the brightness, all that kind of stuff. I can change the color, and the great thing is, because I've got 2 lights, I can actually change the mode. And I don't know if you can see this, but when I press mode, I can change the channels from 1 to 2 all up to 10, and then 88. Now 88 means I can control all the lights with the one remote at the same time, or if I've got a couple different setups, maybe I've got 3 or 4 different lights facing different directions and I only want to change 1 or maybe 2, I can set each light to either 1 individual channel each, or I can have, so let's say these 2 lights both on the same channel. Let's say I'm both on 2, and by doing that I can literally control both lights at the same time and give them the same settings if I want to, which again, really useful if, let's say, you are in a crowded area and you need to just alter the light slightly, just facing you, facing your subject. However, there are people in the way, maybe there's wires in the way, it's not easy just to get to that area. So you can do that all, having this in your pocket, control it all. It's all very useful. Again, not something that comes with the initial basic kit, but definitely something that I would say is worth the investment if, again, you're running and gunning a lot, you're pretty busy on your shoots and you just alter things pretty quickly. Definitely worth the money. All right, next, I would say this is probably my favorite thing, because it's so satisfying just to connect it and disconnect it. It's the battery. I mean, watch this. This is so satisfying. Literally, I just place it in, and then, I mean, I don't know if it's coming through the gratification from this, but just so satisfying just to just have that there. But anyway, that's not why it's so cool to have batteries. But anyway, I can see there's one battery holder here. You got a second one there, which, you know what, I'll put it in, even though you don't really need it, because this is the thing. These are LEDs, which I think I mentioned earlier. I'm pretty sure I definitely said they were LEDs, but just to let you know, these are LEDs, and the good thing about having LEDs are they're very efficient. I mean, again, the light they give out, as you can see, lit up this whole section pretty nicely. Also, good thing about LEDs is they don't really heat up that fast. I mean, now think about it. This is a little warm. I mean, a little bit, but I've had this on for about, I want to say, like half an hour, maybe an hour. I won't say an hour, but let's say 45 minutes. Half an hour to 45 minutes, and it's a little warm. And saying that, a couple of weeks ago on that shoot, this was plugged in and just set up in the corner, and I think we had it running for, I want to say 3 hours, at push 4 hours. We'll meet midway, we'll say 3.5 hours. This was just set up for 3.5 hours, and by the end of it, it was slightly warmer than it is now, but again, the heat coming off of it, barely anything. So having LEDs is definitely worth it. But anyway, go back to the batteries. So these are in now. You go up to battery power, gives you a little indicator there of how much battery you have left. Obviously it's not full, but again, got 2 in. And again, it's all the exact same stuff, where you can control the color, and you can see the amount of light that you want, all that kind of stuff. Again, channel, change that. I can see, like I was saying earlier with the remote, easy to change all that kind of stuff. It's one simple button, select it, and you're good. And also, the batteries will be as efficient as I guess you want them to be. So as you can see, I'm on full brightness, and then I'm constantly switching between colors. This battery, or both of them, will die down quicker than, let's just say, just a bit lower, maybe 50. I mean, that shouldn't really be considered when you are on a shoot, or the idea of just using up batteries. Your main thing shouldn't be only conserve the batteries. Not all the time, it depends. But obviously if you're on a shoot and you need something to be lit up, you can't just think, oh, I need to save battery. And you need to be lit up. So obviously they're good. Possibly get some more. In this pack that I got, this set, I actually got 2 packs of 2 batteries, so I got 4. So obviously because I got 2 lights, so 2 for each. But again, you don't even need both of them in at the same time. You can literally have one in, and again, works just as well. Obviously the battery will die out a bit quicker, but again, all the settings are there, everything is the same. And we'll say again, these batteries are very efficient. Like I said earlier, we were outside for a bit of a shoot, and having the family come in, and we were out there for maybe like half an hour. This was using batteries the whole time, and it lasted pretty well. And I'm pretty sure we still have battery left afterwards, so definitely worth thinking about getting them. All right, and that is a basic look at my new LED lights. And you know what, I'm very proud, like I said earlier, I picked these just because, you know, they're lightweight, they're efficient, they're exactly what I want and need from lighting. And obviously it comes with the extra bits like the remote, the batteries, obviously the U bracket. Again, it's the little things that you might not think are that important, but then when it becomes to the time where you need to use these little things, it becomes very efficient, and you know, you're very thankful you got them. But anyway, I'm gonna set these up again, set up for maybe next week's video. I might just take a little bit of a break, who knows. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please give a like. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'll see you in next week's video, which I'm pretty sure is actually our Christmas video. I don't know how big it'll be because we've had some issues already, but we'll get into that next week.